Oh, how's it, folks? I'm testing. I am testing this old phone with new carrier. Oops. Used to be, well, I was with Verizon forever before they were even called Verizon. Don't know if this is going out or not. I was thinking, wow. Hey, Bud Files, good morning. Can you hear me? Is my volume okay? I've had volume in the past. Mandy's Candy, how you doing? How's my volume? I am experimenting with a new, well, it's the same old phone, but a new T-Mobile, saving over $100, over $110. It's like $115 a month I'm saving just by switching over to T-Mobile, but it kind of kinked my um, publishing. Sounds okay, Mandy Candy. All right. Um, have you built a new addition on your house to put all your stickers and swag? Oh my goodness, you've got quite the collection. Well, I don't know what is going on with, or what has been going on with my phone. I mean, I clear out old photos and videos pretty consistently because I'm a tightwad and I don't want to pay for no cloud that I don't understand and don't trust. So this is just kind of a quick test, kind of give you an idea of what's coming up, if it matters. I've got a couple mail calls. This here is from My Silver Journey. Super nice human. This was some kind of giveaway. The inside here is, besides hopefully a poker chip, is a fancy portable microscope, not a magnifier. I've got a couple of them. I think I'm beyond that magnifying help. So I'm going to be doing an unboxing mail call. I have a really important workman's compensation doctor's appointment today, so this is going to be quick. And I know I've said that in the past, but also got a letter that, wow, come in a bag because it was kind of open from Cartier silver. And I felt it. I kind of peeked without giving too much away, but there's definitely a poker chip in there, and that's cool. If you don't know Cartier, he's kind of new on the scene, but not really. I think he's uh, an OG that maybe had to go away, but he's a pourer. He's very knowledgeable, has lots of uh, unknown facts, not always related to precious metals, but and he's super generous. I mean, just gives stuff away left and right. And um, this, I didn't win whatever's in. I think it's a poker chip, but I did win something on one of his just recent live casts, and I think it's a dollars of 90% silver. That's nice. So anyway, so sounds okay. Got a new person, the Bud Files. That's cool. It's been raining like cats and dogs here for the last 5 days. I got some mangoes I gotta pick, but I've been struggling for ever since I started physical therapy, which is, boy, it sure sounds innocent. Physical therapy. That just sounds so serene and helpful. Oh, it's been painful. It's been a workout. That's made me really feel my age, made me feel very, very non-masculine um, and sore. And it takes me a while to recuperate. Jean Cloth, hey, how you doing? Am I saying that right? Cloth, or is it cloth? Like Cloth? But I picked up a few of your really quick lives. Sometimes I touch on it and and it's gone. New sub from ATC. Hmm. I don't know who is ATC, but I probably do. Just don't know. There's Dub C. Holy mackerel! Howdy, how's it? Anyway, Dub, this isn't. I don't know if you do stuff on. I think it's Monday morning. I was trying to get this going at 4:20, but I'm really surprised and very happy that I was able to get through. And there's somebody here. This is kind of a test. Nothing crazy, nothing major, nothing's been going new in my life except physical therapy. There's FG Stacker. Cloth long ago. Okay. Cloth long. Oh, long. Cloth. Cloth. Wow, it's been a. What is long O? I know that, but I'm having a senior moment. But anyhow, yeah, so I've been trying to get well. I've been trying to all things country ATC. Oh, okay, cool. Um, thank you, Gene. I know I'm pronouncing that right. Uh, yeah, I've just been struggling with this workman's compensation physical therapy, which is just really driving my body crazy. But I definitely feel some improvement. I don't know if I'm going to be able to go back to a part-time job where I'm lifting 2 to 6,000 pounds a week manually, but time will tell, and I think that time's coming up. And struggling to get apparently, and I'm not well versed in workman's compensation. I never had to deal with it as an employer or a supervisor or as an employee, but apparently there's some kind of compensation involved, money, a partial. I'm not correct. Okay, awesome. So there's money involved. I don't know how much percent of your probably gross or net or whatever it involves, but I did get a cute little windfall into my checking account electronically via thinking workman's compensation. I'm hoping to get a statement. I'm hoping there's more money, but it's nice. Thank you, Gene. And so yeah, that's helped. I'm a fixed income senior citizen. I've planned my life to be comfortably poor, and it's working out really well. But yeah, a few thousand here and there. That it seems like I paid for it already. So this isn't any kind of handout. I don't think that they give you for workman's comp. And quite frankly, I'm not sure I would care about that anymore. Now, this stimulus that people are talking about, I don't know if any of you have heard that about a stimulus to households or taxpayers, or I don't, something like that. I'll believe it when I see it. If it shows up Wednesday, I get my Social Security on the second Wednesday of the month. My wife gets hers on the third. So we'll see. Would I refuse the stimulus? No, because it's not. I mean, if we all did, yeah, it would help. But I don't think everybody that gets whatever amount of money they're talking about, and I'm hearing modest life. That's a good way to put it. I'm a minimalist, except when it comes to stacking. I try to be a maximus for that. But yeah, so I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. Uh, I mean, I stack besides gold and silver, I stack cash. I stack a whole index fund life insurance policies. I used to stack rental properties, but I'm down to two pieces of property. One of them has a structure, a multifamily structure on it, and yeah, I want to get rid of that stuff too. 65 years old, really feeling it. Starting to. I'm not questioning my 30-year plan, which was designed to get me to 70 with stacking. Hello, Dave Richardson. Thanks for showing up. Appreciate it. Everybody here that I don't know, uh, check out Mandy's Candy. Her channel is super interesting. FG Stacker. He's making a trip around the world with international coins from every country um, eventually. And it's really interesting exercise. His last one was from Topanga, maybe. There's so many of them. My passport's filling up. And then Dub C, check his channel out, especially if you have a question about pretty much anything regarding silver and or gold or antiquities or life even. Now, the Bud Files, I don't know much about the Bud Files, if anything, but I think you can click on their avatar and go to their channel and check them out and sub them while you're there. FG Stacker says, hopefully, I think you're going to make it. And it's really ole pelekia, Dubsy, or as they might say, denada in certain languages. Or is denada, is that thank you? Yeah, or is that tomorrow? No, tomorrow's manana. Excuse me. It is damp. I think it's probably I bet you it's a balmy 69 degrees. It feels like 68. It is 70. With the rain chill factor, it feels colder. So that's it. I just wanted to get on here and don't spend too much money on pay dirt. It is a hobby. I spend about $100 a month. I think that's a great budget. And that pay dirt, do you have one of those little like mini sluices? I think so. Anyhow, however you do it, whether it's in a pan, one of those graduated pans, that's pretty cool. I don't have the space for that. I'd love to do something like that. And I don't think there's any gold to find in the ground except maybe at the beach in Hawaii. I imagine, and I have seen metal detector people at, or what we call them, people detecting metals in Waikiki. Wow, for really ever. But no, that's not a really secure spot to be doing that. And how about that? Dave Richardson watches FG Stacker's channel and saw a great eagle and flagpole this morning. I have not done any channel viewing yet. Been up for about an hour and a half or so, maybe. Yeah, about an hour and a half. Hour, almost 2 hours. I get up around 0300. Um, but when I find myself watching videos, I start at 3:30. Next thing I know, it's oh wow, it's 7:30, and Forrest has got to go out and eat breakfast. That's my dog, and I just get lost in space watching videos and lives. It's I guess it's kind of addicting, but it's definitely therapeutic. And Kevin Hawthorne, now that is a familiar name from Lakeland, Florida. There are a lot of channel stackers based in Florida. I know Monday night uh, there's a special. It's a regular scheduled show Monday nights. I'm thinking 8:30 p.m. Eastern time, which now has just sprung back. So now they're 6 hours away from me instead of 5. I hope they change that. I never liked that. I think the farmers liked it, and maybe the school bus drivers when I was growing up when they started that stuff. Not a fan, but yeah. So I got fancy microscope, not a magnifier. I'm sure it does that too, but a fancy microscope. I forget the name of the company, but this was a giveaway from My Silver Journey. Super mellow guy, very knowledgeable, got just a very eclectic collection and stack. And Cartier, I've already described him. He's kind of like a silver uh, genius. Uh, he's got a very entertaining live setup that he does. But anyway, so tonight, Monday Night Metals, I believe it's called. It's the Vegas Cabal, which I think Dub C come up with that moniker for the trio of Liberty Bleed Silver, Vegas Stacker, and Blue Collar Stacker, who's not in Vegas, but he's there a lot more than me. Occasionally, he is in Vegas. So they have a really cool Monday night talk show. Tonight, there's going to be B, the letter B, capital B, Taylor, Taylor. And wow, I'm have to set my alarm because It's a little bit past my bedtime. Uh, I'm usually um, I'm usually unconscious by 5:30 my time. It's a tough time of the day. I'm finishing up on chores and obligations, and I'm moving a lot slower than I was before October 11th when I hurt myself. So yeah, check in Monday Night Metals. Who, by the way, Dub C. Speaking of Dub, he was the special guest. I believe it was last week, and wow, that was just it was maybe that was a Saturday morning. They do a Saturday morning and a Monday night gig, and Dubs was wow, probably the most popular of all time of their lives. And that was super informative, and you get a little bit of personal tidbits of information from about the guests. So that's kind of neat. Puts it on a personal level because I think a lot of this channel stuff is um, it's a interrelations of the community, and that's kind of nice. And Dub C says, "Yepper, Monday, the live is out there still. That was a blast. I could tell that you were having a good time. I knew, I can tell you are on limited time because you seem like you get a lot done in life. Uh, and I know some of that really beautiful, all that beautiful stuff that you lay out. That takes time to, display and arrange, and that's pretty neat. I appreciate the work that you put into your videos and your lives. Very dedicated as well, and polished. I would say I am unpolished, but that's okay. That's my branding. So yeah, so I'm gonna get if this works, I'm gonna try to publish it here soon, and this will be the shortest live of my career. My goal is to keep it under a half an hour, and 2.5 hours later, I'm still rambling about something. But well, hopefully this will publish. At least I know the lives work. Lives are a little tougher for me because I've only got two hands, and one of them's got to hold a cigarette, and the other one right now has to hold a phone. So it'd be nice if I had a third hand, maybe a tripod. I've got one, but I'm not in love with it. There's being Becky, another excellent channel. She's starting to produce some content lately, and she's an excellent chat participant and getting more and more recognized by everyone in this community. I really appreciate all of you folks showing up. So this is good. This was a test. I'm going to live up to my promise to myself. Keep this short. Find out if this is working. I still got poker chips. I need to go go away before I die. That's some coins I'm getting. Two wolf medals. I've got, and I'm gonna figuring out a package for these. My goal by this time, what is this? March something rather. March 10th. My goal was to have had a bunch of my custom channel swag pours done by now, but it turns out that I am a fail at the little white crucible silver melting. I got two map gas torches. One of them's got a fancy attachment that's I think it restricts some of the heat. It definitely fine tunes it. I think it's more for hobbies or jewelers, but it works with map gas. Came with map gas, but doesn't matter. Tried to block in the wind. I tried to make a little cave, a little pouring cave. Thanks, Sleuth. You rock from being Becky. Thank you. Yeah, I am a rocker, but I have an eclectic um, taste in music. I'm at hardcore. I'm the Beatles, Cream, the Moody Blues, old time stuff, because I had two older brothers. My oldest brother was born in 47, and the middle child was born in 53, and I was born in 59. So I really didn't have I had zero unilateral power when it came to whatever music was being played in the house or in the car that I was riding in. If my brother was driving it, he had a Corvair. It was fun. But I'm a rocker, but I listen to all kinds of music. Wagner, Hawaiian music, old time Hawaiian music, new Hawaiian music. J.K. Pioneer comes in, the Calistoga wagon logo, famous person. Um, Thank you for stopping in, J.K. Pioneer. I don't know how you folks found this live. I didn't. Now, Dub C's got a really good system for premiere, and then most times, sometimes a live almost immediately after. It's a really cool system. I've pressed that premiere button once or twice, and I think I've done it. Uh, but this is you can use map, yeah. But it works best if you get the brazing torch that adds in oxygen. You can spend about 90 seconds. Well, thank you, FG. Um, yeah, I've seen that. It looks so easy on TV, all this melting and smelting that all you folks do, um, and then I see like T-Bird's learning curve was like a supersonic jet. Now it just seems like he does it with his eyes closed. But I struggled with it, so I'm gonna get me a furnace of some sort. Matter of fact, this morning, before I started this live, I was looking at my circuit breaker box, and think I think I might go electric. I'm not concerned about the increase in the. Got a 10 o'clock. Good to see you, Sleuth, and everyone have a great D from Dub C Coins and Precious Metals. Well, thank you, Dub C. Everybody that's here, click on him, his avatar, find him, enjoy. That's all I got to say. And so I think I can run it through the breaker that is attached to the dryer, which doesn't get used a whole lot. So I'm not concerned so much about the increase in the electric bill because I would anticipate an increase in the electric bill depending on how much you use the thing. But this seems a little bit easier than the propane. Propane, I think, is more versatile though because then, oh wow, I could get a grill. I could quit fiddling with all those little green bottles for my survival uh, fetish, the little Boy Scout propane stoves and things like that. Coleman, that's who makes it. The Kansas Kid. My goodness, I'm getting Giancarlo Capelon. Long time no see. That's right. Yeah, I've been phone challenged and energy challenged, really, man. Physical therapy is just wiping me out. I can't really, I'm anxious to finish it, but I don't want to kink my workman's comp, so I do what I'm told. Today's a milestone day. I'm actually going to the doctor who's not a MD. She is a nurse practitioner, but she's kind of in charge of telling me whether or not I'm fit to go back to my old work position or whatever. I've got lifting restrictions of how much weight I'm supposed to or allowed to lift, and I've been following directions. Fortunately, it's just been raining and not a whole lot of sun, so the grass isn't growing crazy. The nuts edge is, and then we get this stuff called sleepy grass. It's pokey, so I need to mow the grass. Uh, I was going to do that this within these last 3 days since my last physical therapy session on Thursday, but it's just been sporadically and continuously raining. So Becky says they just come out of a tornado warning. Whoa, it's been a long time since I've had to worry about a tornado. Giancarlo says, "Oh, Giancarlo." He's like, "Aren't you 18 or 19 years old, Giancarlo?" Yeah, you're kind of famous for being so smart about stacking, yet being so young. And it's not I haven't seen the comment what just once, but many times. He's like, "Man, I wish I'd have started when I was your age." And yeah, I do too. I wish I had, but better late than never. Yes, be safe. Yep, just turned 18. All right. So you were 17 when you became famous in the community. That's nice. I'm not jealous. Just kidding. I am a little bit, a lot. But so yeah, so things are great. I'm gonna do a mail opening. That's just a regular post, not a live. It seems like Mondays are at this time of day, 0500, maybe 0420. Um, Seems like a good time if I wanted to maybe do a consistent scheduled live. So Giancarlo says he was 16 when he started stacking. That's to me, that's the key word. When I was 16, yeah, I've been collecting coins since I was 6, but nothing structured, nothing that made sense. Other than you used to be able to get silver dimes in your change, and I guess if you were spending enough money, people were getting silver quarters. Um, but yeah, stacking's a totally different animal. So happy for you. And Becky thinks that the tornado warning's all good now. That's good. We don't have any warnings. I think last week I remember coming home from physical therapy and definitely looked up in the mountains. I live up in the mountains as I was driving towards the exit to get off to get up the mountain. Lots of, looks like a mist, but officially it's fog, FOG, but with the letter V because it's a volcanic foggy mist that drifts over from the Big Island of Hawaii, which has the active volcanoes. Kilauea is probably the most famous and most active one that's in the southeastern part of the Big Island, south of Hilo, which is a completely different tropical world compared to the Kona side, the west side of the island. Well, you are welcome, Giancarlo. That's just outstanding. Loose lips sink ships, but man, I wish you had some 18-year-old stacking buddies. But that security was always my biggest issue when I first started stacking, and then my weight got up, and my weight went up pretty fast because I've been doing a lot of reading and investigating. It was before the internet. I mean, what one before? It was before the internet and me. You know that much. I resisted all that technology, pagers, phones. What do you need a phone for? There's phone booths everywhere. You can't afford a dime. But I've learned, so now I have a phone that's slightly um, challenging. Giancarlo says all his stuff is locked in a massive vault, so all my stuff is certainly safe. That is a wise move. I have utilized safes. Actually, still have a buried safe in Ohio. There's not much in it, but it's kind of a just in cases. The only person that knows where it is my brother, and it's real convenient for him because it's closer to his getaway cabin, which is very secluded. So yeah, just in case I ever get back to Ohio and I need some kind of emergency something, just enough to get me started, for a week or so, some a little bit of cash, a few pieces of silver and a couple pieces of small gold and lead and brass and polymer stuff. Just in case, you never know. Nothing crazy expensive, or at least at the time it didn't seem. It might seem a little expensive now. Giancarlo, first thing stack were 95% pennies. Yeah, I loved. I've I've pretty much stashed away almost every penny that I've come home with in my life. I did have a big glass water jug, 5-gallon water jug, the kind they turn upside down, old, kind of vintage. I actually think that jug was made by Owens, Illinois. My dad used to be a machine designer for them back in the 60s. But yeah, the whole jug was stolen. I don't think it was full, but probably at least 2/3 of the way full. And there wasn't just pennies in there. It was dimes, and I think nickels fit in the hole. I don't think quarters fit in the opening. But yeah, I've always collected pennies. I did bring some back. I had forgotten that I did. I'm going to guess and say about 10 or 11 pounds worth of Wheaties. And then I've got a bunch of 81s and older, and a bunch of 82s that need to be checked out and weighed. And if I ever get to that point in life, I will consider myself a winner, because that is definitely not a priority for me. And since I've been laid up for, wow, 4 months, tomorrow will be 4 months. Um, my priorities have changed, so my to-do list is just, what do they say, blowing up. Um, yeah, so I don't use safes or vaults. I've got a little decoy safe, the kind that they can carry away really quick. I think I've got maybe 4 or 5 Sacagaweas in there, which I don't think are worth anything more than $1. And who knows whether or not a place around here would accept them as legal tender. What's this? We don't take no Chuck E. Cheese tokens for cigarettes here. But so I'm gonna do that. So I'll have some mail openings, some outgoings. I am, because I did get a little workman's compensation stipend recently. I'm going to get me. I think I'm gonna start off with the 2 auto small unit, because I have no plans on melting copper or aluminum. Um, I do collect aluminum, but I just cash it in at Reynolds Aluminum. Uh, I probably do that once a month. I don't drink stuff that comes out of cans, but I find cans everywhere when I was out. But I haven't been out and about for about 4 months. So yeah, I don't. I have a few cans. My mother-in-law drinks stuff out of cans, stuff she's not supposed to. Sugar-laden stuff like Mountain Dew. She's 86. She drinks Mountain Dew. Those little 7.5 ounce cans, which are still a nickel, just like a 12-ounce can. And plastic. I ain't proud. I see 5 cents on the ground, I pick it up, put it, just throw it in the back of my truck, and collect it. So I don't have any aspirations to mount anything but silver and gold, and I'd like to think I will be able to master those little white whipping dishes enough to melt some gold, some small gold. I've got some gold grams. I think I'm gonna turn some of my gold into a bull terrier, a figurine of some sort. That's the dog that my wife and I have been involved in since 1986, when we got our first bull terrier. But yeah, so I'm gonna start getting caught up, but I'm not gonna try to rush it. Trust me, if there's a day where I've got a window of opportunity to mow grass, and I have to choose between mowing grass and posting a video, I'm going to be mowing the grass. Uh, but I feel I don't have to break into an entertainment budget, which is very modest, to get me a furnace. And electric would be a lot easier. I won't have to chase down a 20-pound um, propane tank. I won't have to worry about getting it filled. There's a place where they will refill them, and probably cheaper than doing the exchange at Walmart or places like that. And there are advantages to propane use, more versatility, but my goal is to melt some silver properly. Hello, Bellows Forge. Speaking of the not devil, I've got a plan on making something for Bellows Forge and Chief Bob to reciprocate their kindness to me. And I've been a temporary fail at melting that silver, but I'm not going to give up. And I do think that the 2 auto furnace will help me. It'll help me just get the stuff melted, and then I can use the MAP gas torch, to keep to warm the graphite mold, or the kinetic sand mold, or the Delft sand, or the Permabond sand molds that I've already got. I've got all the equipment. And so, yeah, that's what I'm working on. That's about it. I've got Been collecting stickers when they come in, and chips, poker chips when they come in. And I got one in there, and there might be one in there. I hope so. He's got really cool. I've seen he got 2 or 3 different chips going around, and I think uh, my Silver Journey. I think there's an artist in the family with him as well. Um, so I'm excited to get these things open. I'll do that on a regular video, and I'm going to get organized with my silver goals. I've been buying a little bit of silver here and there on my very small scheduled budget. It's the same budget I used back in 2000. But it just buys, way less now. I mean, for what I can get for what I have to pay to get one regular silver eagle nowadays, gee whiz, I probably could have gotten 5 or 6 or 7 of them back then for the same budget. So yeah, that's I still have sticker shop issues. Can you get a gift card? Well, Ephraim, I have used gift cards in the past. I don't know really much about them. I don't like them. If somebody sends me especially a Walmart gift card, I'm not upset, but I'd rather had cash or nothing. um, I had a Chili's gift card once. I carried it around for over a year, and finally, oh, let's use this Chili's. We go to the Chili's, and they closed because I guess they tripled their rent and they moved out. We found one on the other side of the island. So Bellows Forge, oh, you know what? I wonder if I know how to do that. Do the moderator stuff. I think so. Well, hello. I'm getting good at this. Bellows and I think Mandy. See if your name's changed color. JK. And if you don't want it, you can decline it. I know that's able because Liberty Bleeds Silver made me a moderator, but he made me a different kind of moderator where I um, couldn't make comments or something or other on some of his stuff. Test, very good. Bellows Forge, definitely working his way up in the community as one of the most popular and efficient moderators. He's really good at posting things and stuff like that. So eventually I'll get around to there's more blue. Thanks for the wrench. Yeah, you're welcome. But I won't get much of a workout on my channel. I don't do a whole lot of these lives, but when I do, they're long. But not today. I'm at 38 minutes. So I appreciate everybody showing up. Thank you, John Carlo, Bellows Forge, JK Pioneer, Ben, Becky, Ephraim. Thank you. Sorry, I don't understand the gift card. FG Stacker and Dub C and the Kansas Kid and JK Pioneer, Dave Richardson. That's just an outstanding turnout for me. I really appreciate it. Kevin Hawthorne, great job. Gene Cloth, if that's a long O. Cloth, if that's a long O. Gene, really nice, cute human, cute channel. And did I miss anybody? It didn't look like Mandy's Candy. All right. And the Bud Files. Awesome. Well, wow, my goodness. Forrest is up early. I just heard him bark. It's 5:16. That, that guy, he ain't right in the head. You're welcome, JK. So that's it. So I'm going to try to switch up my videos, make them a little bit more modern, a little bit more fancier with a really quick intro. Maybe want something with music. All right. John Carlos says soon we will make my silver, gold, and platinum videos. Wow, platinum also at 18? Oh my gosh. I think you're like a prodigy for sure. I have one piece of platinum. It is a 1/20th ounce Australian koala. I don't know what year it is, 2000 something, I think. Maybe late 90s. It's really cool. It's really cute. It's in a fancy little holder that looks like it's made out of the same thing a slab is, but it's not a slab. It's a really neat holder. Thank goodness, because it's so tiny. I feel like I try to lose that every time I find it. Um, FG encourages Giancarlo to do it because we'll be watching. Heck yeah. You have a 5 gram Swiss platinum bar. Oh, that's cool. Is it in one of those assay cards? I love those little assay cards. They don't seem to be the most popular items in the stacking community, but I love them. I like the idea that the ones I have are from Istanbul. I got some from Perth and Pamp too, but the Istanbul ones are really cool. It's just 1 gram. It's a little teeny bar. Um, I don't have a Sigma to verify it. These things are 20 something years old, but I'm sure they were people. There's malevolent people throughout history, so maybe some of them were faked. I don't think any of mine are fake. They look pretty straight up, and actually, a lot of the serial numbers are sequential on a card, little hologram thingies, all kinds of stuff. There is Bellows Forge posting a link to Kansas Kid on my channel live. That is cool. Yes, it's in an assay, says Giancarlo. Those are cool. I would keep that thing for, wow, if I was 18, oh my gosh, I can't even think how far forward you've got left in life. But I think that's a wise decision. Now, when I was backing up the truck when I first started, I considered platinum. I didn't know anything about platinum. I never heard Ron Paul say the word platinum that I remember, or even Murray Rothbard. I was just geared on silver and gold. But platinum used to be always more expensive than gold, and I didn't get it. I didn't understand it. Wasn't a huge amount out there when I would show up at 2 or 3 different local coin shops. When I say local, they were about 45-minute drives away because I lived in the boondocks. But yeah, I just never, and I can't even tell you how I got that little platinum Australian koala thingy. Um, I think I got it in a trade. I used to trade stuff, with decoys, hunting implements, hunting gear, survival gear, golf clubs, golf equipment, golf lessons. I traded a package of golf lessons for a tattoo once. The guy only showed up for 2 lessons. What was his name? Joe West. But I got the tattoo. Nothing super elaborate, but and nothing showing in public if I don't want it to. It's on my shoulder. But yeah, platinum. That's smart. Oh, there he is. There goes Forrest. Giancarlo says soon he wants to offload his APMEX gold bars. I have a few of them, just not an APMEX farm. Kind of got APMEX hate. I don't think you're the only member of that club. I don't have any emotions towards APMEX one way or the other. Um, until recently, Blue Collar and Vegas Stacker had a situation that involved APMEX and Walmart. It turns out APMEX was the bad guy. So, but I have two bars that are APMEX bars. Don't know where I got them, how I got them. Just I probably would have sold them in 2011 had I found them at the time. Uh, and I have some that I've purchased at Provident, places like that, that show up in a bag that it has an APMEX logo on it. But I'm not that familiar with APMEX other than I've checked out their website and they're kind of pricey. Although recently they had a special maximum of 3 of the Zombucks or zombie coin. It was an elephant, and you could get up to 3 for spot, 32 something at the time. Of course, you'd have to pay for shipping unless you bumped it up, another $100 in order to, a little over $100 to get to the $199 free shipping threshold. Um, yeah, I don't do a whole lot of buying anymore. I thought I was done until I found you folks about 6 months ago, I think. And whoa, sticker shock! Oh my goodness! And Dub C actually helped me with my first silver purchase. I believed him I'd heard other people saying that Costco's the place to get certain deals on silver eagles, and when I heard it from Dub, I believed it, so I checked it out, and that helped me reach a silver eagle stacking goal that I forgot I had. I quit stack. I mean, I didn't quit stacking. I just stopped stacking when I moved back to Hawaii in 2017 because I just had to start my life all over again. It's expensive to start anything over here, let alone long-term food storage, water purification, security measures without any pew pew because it's a very low. There is a Second Amendment here, but it's horrible. Uh, there's way less platinum versus gold. It's definitely undervalued like silver. Yeah, if I was I think if I had more disposable income and I came across a decent deal on something platinum, maybe I'd get it. Probably it would be the platinum eagle, although there's Liberty, the U.S. Mint platinum bullion. Uh-oh, Forrest, hey buddy. Yeah. So I got to get to work. So let me catch up on the chat. Yeah, Kansas Kid, great channel. Lots of different viewpoints and subjects. So soon, let me see. So wait, let's see. Up to see coins of precious metal. Another great channel learning about. So he's got a lot of great video content. Highly recommend him. Yes, absolutely, Bellows. Dub is when I walk away from binging on Dub C videos, I just feel so much smarter. John Carlos really hopes during my time in college for either business or finance, I can continue adding here and there to my stack along with helping my dad with his own investments. What a great aspiration. My dad was a mechanical engineer. He didn't know anything about money. So eventually I did have to, and I wasn't a finance or a business major or anything like that, just from the School of Hard Knocks. So yeah, it's a really good feeling to help your father along with their investments. I've experienced it. It did. And then it benefits them as well. And then that's like a double bonus of happiness. But, I think here. Oh, Force changed the channel on my laptop. Good job, buddy. All these silver channels are great for information. My dad is a truck driver here in Pennsylvania. All right, I'm from Ohio. Reading, writing, and the route to Pittsburgh, which was maybe not quite a 2-hour drive from where I grew up. But yeah, these silver channels are great. I don't know where I was because I know silver channels were popular, it seems. I mean, there's some people that have been posting content here for a long, long, long time. I discovered them in about July of 2024, just last year. Like I said, about 6 months or so ago. And I became addicted because I, I mean, I didn't have anybody to talk to about silver and gold. Um, the coin shop people, they're busy. They got a business to run. The guy that got me into stacking, he, I think he just retired. He had a factory job, just working to death. Um, but so I never got to discuss this kind of stuff, theories or anything like that. Now, when I did discover the internet and YouTube, I was just utilizing eBay, mostly for selling. In 2011, I sold off what I called my ugly silver and scrap gold and things like that because it was just super high. It just rapidly went up. I'd actually stopped buying because I had to pause it because every time I'd show up, about once every 2 weeks or so at a local coin shop, everything was more, I was taken away with less and less and less and less. And then when it got to $20 an ounce, whoa. So I paused. Fortunately, there were things in life that were commanding more monetary attention at the time. So it worked out great for me. Timing is always going to work. And just like when I sold all that 2011 stuff, by the time I was done sorting through, getting paid and getting good feedback and following up on the people that bought the stuff that I had, a 10-ounce Engelhard bar, a bunch of Panama things, some junk silver, like I said, the scrap gold, um, everything. I thought some stuff I missed, and I found it before I moved back here, and I've still got some scrap gold I wanna unload. But yeah, it took me a while to get all that straight. And when I say a while, I mean maybe a couple, 2 or 3 weeks or so. I was 2011. I was out of the workforce. I was a homesteading, trying to earn a meager living with antiques, antique pottery, antique furniture, Mission Oak furniture, which I know Dub C's gone, but he likes Mission Oak. Stickley Brothers and the likes, a lot of Grand Rapids, Michigan-made furniture, just all kinds of knickknacks, cast iron. But so now here it is, 2025, and yes, all these silver channels are great for information. I was never a spot price um, looker, constantly looking at it. I'm sure maybe by the time apps and stuff or phones were you were able to get the spot price on your phone or your computer, but I just didn't. I only cared about it when I showed up at the local coin shop, and he had a little ticker symbol type thing that would flash around. But right there, the difference was not extreme. But by the time I'm done, counting up all my monies from that eBay sales extravaganza, 100% great feedback. Um, Yeah, the price went from 48 and some change, and my stuff was selling for more than $50 an ounce on eBay. I ran everything on an auction, started everything at $9.99 or 99 cents. Um, and there were buyers. So people say, who's going to buy silver at $50? Well, a lot of people bought silver at $50 in 2011. But so by the time I'm done, you know, kind of letting the dust settle from my selling experience, it went from 48 all the way back down to 20 something, and then it just kept going. So I, I I took that as a sign to buy expensive stuff like proofs. Uh, I think the most I ever paid per ounce for an ounce of silver was just under $60 an ounce from the U.S. Mint. And the only time I spent a crazy amount like that on an ounce of silver was through the U.S. Mint on proofs and some sets. So the $60 an ounce was a 5-piece Silver Eagle set. It was a 20th or 25th anniversary Silver Eagle package. Very cool. I bought two of them. Got them both gift wrapped at the Mint. And I would never have thought about buying it except the coin dealer asked me to buy 5 of them for him to resell. I guess he was speculating. Dealers are cool. They're totally immersed in this hobby slash business. I wouldn't that wouldn't bother me to have a business like that, or preferably work for a business like that because there's way less responsibility if you're just a worker. So back to the chat. Yes, John Carlos says, I hope myself to start buying scrap silver and gold to resell. That's smart. And also, fun fact, I've been homeschooled all the way up till even now, and I got my first phone at 17 years old. That's cool. I think early phone is, I don't know, I've never had children, had dogs. They don't need phone, but that's pretty cool. I got my first ATM card at age 58. I don't hardly ever use it. Uh, and Bellows Forge says, speaking of driving a truck, come check out a great member of the community. Transient Stacker gets to travel across the U.S., helping keep our great nation running. Transportation is very important. Yes, I knew you were talking about Transient. And sometimes he travels to exotic places like the Philippines. But yeah, Transient's pretty cool. Dave Richards says, we got 20% tax on buying silver over here in England. It's a ripoff. Yes, I've heard that, Dave Richardson. I think that's a shame, or I think it's a sin. Uh, it's almost like they're pushing you towards gold, which maybe not might not be a bad thing, but silver's way more affordable, especially to someone like me. Uh, but yeah, I think that's a shame. But I'm hoping that changes for uh, for our brothers and sisters in the UK. Definitely, that just seems like a penalty. Now we've got a 4.17. It's either 4.172 or points. I think it's 4.172 state tax on everything, even food here in Hawaii. As a matter of fact, they'll tax you just thinking about it and buying something. It seems like it. But yeah, taxes, theft, and I think that what you're describing, and they might call a VAT, value added tax, maybe. I don't know what that acronym stands for, but taxation is theft, whether it's a GET, what they call it, or a GET, general excise tax, or a VAT, or anything, whatever you want to call it, taxation is theft. Um, yeah, check out transit. Check out, really, there's nobody in here, especially anybody that Bellows is going to post a link about, that's not worth a visit. And for me, I've gotten to the point where I don't know how many subscriptions I have, but I have several hundred. I'm subscribed to several, many hundreds of channels, and it's hard to keep up. And so I have been learning on the laptop how to, especially this last month or so, since my phone's been kind of in transition. But I'm saving money. I love saving money. I hate spending money. But yeah, so I can tap a little link says subscriptions, and that limits has a big page in it, so I can scroll down, and that's how I find um, lives. I have notifications, but they're not very. I don't think they're super dependable. But yeah, it's hard to keep up with a lot of channels. I've got to the point where there are some channels like you folks, a lot of you regular folks. If I see it, I just click on it, watch it, like, comment. I let the commercials run. I don't know whether their channel's monetized or not, but if they are, I think that they get some kind of benefit from that. Unless it's those 35-minute Dr. Gundry uh, leaky gut videos. Oh my gosh, that guy. Oh my goodness. I just wish I had a percentage of the money that he spends on advertising because, man, he's on all the time. I've seen 10-year-olds have phones when you were 17. Yeah, Giancarlo, I see a lot of young children with phones, and I'm not concerned. I don't know if concerned is the word, but it makes me think that if I was a parent with a 10-year-old and a phone, one of the first things I'd beg them to not do is walk down the street only looking at your phone, because that just seems like it's an invitation to some bad news. Uh, to believe the Boston Tea Party happened over 2% tax, and now people willing to give 4+% off all their income. Sad times. Yes, Giancarlo, absolutely. Um, FGLOLs, I'm always LOL on that. That could be a, LOL with a tear over the taxing. And yes, it's VAT. It said tax because a lot of people don't know what VAT means here. There's no tax on gold over. Yeah, that's what I understand. Um, if I had to pick, you're going to tax one thing between silver and gold. Well, do it to the gold because, silver's. I'm a poor man. Poor man's gold, but that tax is wrong. But I think it's possible that some of that stuff, especially on your folks, is getting taxed on silver. I'd like to think that's going to change in the upcoming world economic events that I think are going to take place. I don't know what specifically is going to happen, and it could be a mixture of all kinds of stuff. It's not just paranoia. Uh, and so Bella's Forge suggests If anyone here wants to better connect with our friends from across the pond, please come check out it. Stackers Social has a YouTube channel and a Discord group. Yeah, and a really cool poker chip. I know Silver Punk, Blister and Barnacles, a lot of our UK brethren, they are very heavy involved in the social Stackers Social, and coincidentally, so I too believe is either B, might be maybe B Taylor is in that social or Stackers Social group. Hopefully, we'll find out tonight on Monday Night Metals. I think tonight's going to be hosted by maybe Blue Collar, so it'll be on his channel, but it's Blue Collar, Vegas Stacker, and Liberty Bleeds Silver, who is relocated from his residence in Las Vegas. I think he's still up in Alaska. His mom had open heart surgery. They did, I think, a double bypass and then put in a pacemaker, and I sure hope she's improving. I went through that with my father. Matter of fact, a pacemaker saved his life, and I think he was on his third pacemaker. I think we got about 7 years out of each pacemaker. I've got my dad's final pacemaker and his dentures and a few of his ashes. But yeah, that's trivial trivia. A lot of us are members there at the Stackers Social. Yeah, I've seen it, and I think I've clicked on something about their stuff, and I'm just mostly a lurker. I'm mostly a lurker anyway. Uh, so Bellows provides a link to Stackers Social YouTube channel. Fabulous. Yes, some states in the United States, such as New York and Hawaii, tax a lot on metals as well. Yeah, just not a tax man. Um, I don't buy a whole lot, but what I do gets taxed. Food, that fries my egg, pardon the pun, but yeah, I think tax on food is a tax uh, specifically directed at poor people and seniors. Senior citizens on fixed incomes. I never thought I'd say I was one of those, but I am. Although I don't think my income needs fixed, but it is pretty much at a fixed rate. And that's why I still work part-time. Supplement my Social Security, breathe some fresh air, different air, meet people, make friends, influence them. Okay, so I caught up. So it seems like at least the live aspect of this new T-Mobile phone, uh, not a new phone, but a new account, is working. So I'm going to find out. I think I'm all caught up on the chat. I'm going to find out whether or not videos will post for me now. I tried to join yesterday. I was watching a Salivate Metal live, and at the end, he gave people an opportunity to click on a link and actually join him in his live chat, uh, which is pretty cool. Be pretty cool. It would be very cool. JM Unleashed was on there. A couple other folks. In the past, I've seen some people. I've seen it happen. So I tried and I failed. It just my phone kept giving me a message. Something I forget. I forget what it was saying, but I blamed it on the switch to T-Mobile, but who knows? But if this posts, I'll be happy, and then I will. I don't know if I'm going to do a video when I'm done with the doctor today or not. Hopefully, I'll be in a good mood. I get some good news. I wouldn't mind getting a statement from Workman's Comp in the mail. Everything's online and by phone, and oh my gosh, it's a headache. I'm horrible at tech, but I wouldn't mind finding out that, oh, that's just a partial payment that they sent me. But if it isn't, I'm satisfied. Um, come at the right time and just figure out what to do with that fiat. So I really want to thank everybody for showing up, contributing in the chat, accepting your blue wrench gracefully, and speaking of which, since you're an adult, made Giancarlo a moderator for my channel. Thanks for showing up. What else? I can't think of anything else to tell you except I'm going to try to stay busy, try to recuperate, and hopefully add something to this community that helps somebody, or at the very least, adds to their poker chip collection. I got my address on my channel. P.O. Box 50, Pearl City, Hawaii 96782-9999. And I will reciprocate. I've been slow at it now. Obviously, I owe reciprocation to My Silver Journey, Cartier Silver, Bellows Forge, Chief Bob Wojciechowski, Death from Below, Wolf's Medals, and I have to look through my notebook. There might be some others. If I was supposed to send you a chip and I haven't, just send me an email. Thank you, Bellows. You too. And, well, thank you, Giancarlo. Yeah, you were one of my earlier joiners. Love it. Thank you very much. Oh, your name looks better in blue. That's a pretty nice name, by the way. Very exotic. Same to you, sir. And you're polite. That's wonderful. My goodness. Although I'm probably at that age where an 18-year-old would probably be closer to being a son of mine than a a grandson of mine than a son. But um, I'm sure that your people are proud of you because you definitely seem like you get your head screwed on straight. So just don't forget to get what you can while you can, when you can, where you can, at the best price you can, while you still can, without neglecting other obligations, priorities, and investments. And until the next time, all right then.